races here at Michigan have seen mentioning Juan Montoya. And the field begins to roll behind the beautiful PPG pace cars here at Michigan Speedway. And here's your starting lineup. Paul Tracy on the pole in his cool sponsored number 3. Row number 4 is made up of Juan Montoya, the Colombian, in the Target Ganassi Toyota. And fastest qualifying rookie here for the Michigan 500, Alex Tagliani. The man from Canada is a Players Index Ford. He will start outside of row 4. Patrick Carpentier will start inside of row 5. And outside will be the man who makes his home down near Columbus, Ohio now, Kenny Brack. From the Montgomery Ford Counselor. That's Kenny Brack outside of row number 5. Max Pappas, the slipstream in traffic. Christian acceleration coming through turn 3. Now turn 4. Front of the field aligned well. Coming down here for the start. Jim Swintel gives him the green flag. We are underway here at Michigan. Paul Tracy going down into turn 1. Now turn 2. Nose to tail down the front straightaway, Tom. Watch them as they come by here. Here comes Mike Landry coming up. Montoya sticks the nose to the car in turn 2 and moves ahead by 2 car lengths down the back straightaway. Moving back there into that 3rd position. That is Gilles de Perrin as they hammer it down. Down into turn 1, sweeps around Montoya. But there's a great battle between Gilles de Perrin and place now. Fittipaldi came up and he buried Montoya. Cristiano Domaga. So a good run. Third. His sights on those 2 cars ahead, but Montoya once again around Mike Landretti as those second 2 cars now pull up right behind. Lead changes on every lap as here comes Kenny Brack high coming out of turn 4. It is Juan Montoya leading Michael Landretti. At the end of the back here in front of Juan Montoya. Down on the inside. Now Castro Davis taking it high in turn 4. Nose to nose. The front straightaway. Radio Network. Coming up on 28 laps of 250 complete. The leader is Helio Castro Neves. Right behind him is Juan Montoya. Then you separate back to Kenny. We've got the Amex car coming into the pits. That is Shinji Nakano. And now we see here comes Juan Montoya into the pits. We'll watch as Juan Montoya gets it down to the significant wing weighting, wheels on board, they reline him and he is off underway in 11 stops. Mauricio Guzman. Also, here comes Dario Franchitti, who got off to a good start. Let's go down to Larry Henry. Dario Franchitti, who started on the second row. Brings in, goes to work. Tires going up. They do put a couple of turns of wing in the front. Waiting for the fuel. It's finally in. They wave him back in the way. Dario Franchitti out. Cristiano D'Amato also. Trying to get into his pit as he comes on down, and here it comes. Paul Tracy makes his pit stop. Here's our closer and track record holder. Paul Tracy is in for service here. The crew go to work. Tires are on. Adjustment. 2 turns on the front wing. They drop it over. He is back underway. 12.9 seconds. Routine 7 for Silva Fairworks. Ready station for Paulie down here. In just a moment, Cristiano D'Amato also out very cleanly. His first pit stop. Here comes Michael Andretti. He'll be down onto the mark, slides it in nice and slow, nice and easy. Picks up the fuel. There goes 4 fresh fires, though the clock is running. He picks up the visor. He's going to take a drink of water. Looks around the globe. That is 3.5, 2.5 turns. No, wait, that was an awful thing. Gee, he likes the visor. Coming in the pits now. He is a lap down. Once again, Jim Murphy is down in the area of that Christian Fittipaldi pit. Fittipaldi's in. Cruise over the wall. Everything's looking nice. That's the routine. As we wait. That's the biggest thing right now. They're going to get the tires. And we have almost trouble down here. Larry, Henry, what's up? Fuel's coming out. Hernandez has spun the car down and pit out, and he may have touched it with the nose. Wicker State car. Ned Wicker. And he is sitting perpendicular on the racetrack. He spun in a full 180 degrees. Back on the pits of Jim Murphy. Looking to my left, I can see the Kenny Breck. And that moves Kenny Breck into the lead here at Michigan. With Juan Montoya second, Christian Fittipaldi in third. The 3-car of Elio Castro in fourth place, and Max Pappas in fifth. And he definitely made contact with the inside wall, the very tip of the nose of the Ducati Quaker State Reynard. So we are under yellow here for the incident at pit out involving Adrian Fernandez. 15. There's a lot of racing left. And here's a guy who's coming up through the field. Oriol Servia moving up. Team. And it looked like the bottom was going to challenge Montoya through 2, coming down onto the back straight. As the Mata has a good run coming, inching, but he and Montoya are pulling up on Elio Castro Neves. Michael Andretti pulls to the inside of Max Pappas in the battle for 4th. And it is still Elio Castro Neves, Juan Montoya, Cristiano D'Amato running in the 3rd spot, Max Pappas, Michael Andretti. For a long line in a battle now for 7th place, and still is on the rear tire on Paul Tracy as they head down the back straightaway. Let's try and get a field rundown now at 117 laps. Castro Neves, this is at 117 laps. This may change before we get it done. It is Castro Neves, Montoya, D'Amato, Pappas, Andretti top 5. Carpante, Tracy, Servia, Franchitti, and Tagliani top 10. Then the 3rd, Fittipaldi, Blondell, right now for the first 2 cars. Then beating Montoya in 2nd place, Elio Castro Neves in 1st, and Michael Andretti now moves up into 3rd place around Cristiano D'Amato. D'Amato has to go up high on the racetrack as he was looking to come back and around. Mikey wasn't able to get it done, tucks in behind there. Cristiano D'Amato trying to get around D'Amato, but he is not going to get around Michael Andretti. Meanwhile, Elio Castro Neves takes the lead. It is Juan Montoya right on his tail, but looking at Steve charging Michael Andretti. Coming up on the 120th lap complete, we've got Elio Castro Neves in the lead over Juan Montoya. This is the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota. One driver on the move. Side by side. We say it, it's true. Through the 4 thirds onto the front side. Once again, Michael noses in front, comes past, completes 132 laps as the leader, but Elio Castro
start to make it happen. Down the back straightaway, it is Elio Castroneves. Now Mikey inching in front in turn 3. Michael on the inside, Elio on the outside. It's Mikey in turn 4. He takes the lead. Here comes Juan Montoya inching up on the back end of Castroneves.
And behind them, battle for fourth place. They try to hold it. But here comes we've got Elio Castroneves in the lead. You got second place there with the Andretti car. Third place, Juan Montoya. Then Carpentier has been able to take over fourth place. Here comes Damata up and around the car of Max Pappas.
Meanwhile, the 18 car, Mark Blundell, is slowing on the back straightaway. Mark Blundell is in trouble. Here comes the leaders outside of turn number 4.
And I think a car that is slowing down there we see around here once again. And Mark Blundell is also very slow there. So we got both of those cars slow. And here comes Luis Garcia Jr. in as well. Let's go down to Jim Murphy, the back side of the race course. Now we've got Luis Garcia Jr. moving once again down through the pit area. So similarly colored cars, both with a problem. Garcia Jr. is moving back to the field pole. 135 laps. Takes over the lead.
Right on his rear wing as they come outside of turn number 2. It is still Juan Montoya in third. As Michael Andretti on the high side, going down into 3, now goes to the low side. Down on the white line, Elio Castroneves lets the car drift up. Michael Andretti taking the lead in turn 4. Castroneves is going to settle for second place as Juan Montoya in third. And he's back to Pappas.
Not going to settle for second place. Castroneves goes down in turn 1. 37 laps. This is the Michigan final. Presented by Toyota.
Well, the Mark Blundell car that coasted to the apron inside of turn 2, out of harm's way as we remain under green here and look forward to some pit stops here very shortly. The Marlboro team Penske car. Has entered turn number 4. For the winner, Detroit. Freddie scored as the leader this last time by. Scheduled pit stops here as Helio Castroneves comes into the pits. His teammate Gilles de Ferran on the apron in 3 and 4. Gilles de Ferran. Good pit stop. He in and out of the pits in about 12 seconds, so Castroneves rejoins the Gilles de Ferran possibly have run out of fuel here. 130 laps into the Michigan 500. Now, Michael, 140 laps out of the race. It's one of the largest leads of the day. 7/10 of a second. 6 car lengths out there right now. Got down the back straightaway. Back to third is Max Pappas, and on the inside of Pappas, looks like Christian Fittipaldi is really out of the room. Christian Fittipaldi with a little bit of damage on that right side pod. Doesn't seem to bother him running at 220 plus miles an hour. His team towards his stop for the new Madonna team. Michael Andretti at 50 miles an hour in the big Mexico Hamilton car. Just now coming to a stop in his pit. Down towards the turn 1 end of pit road. Juan Montoya, the leader. He's still out on the race course with a 1.5 second advantage over Fittipaldi. And now Montoya brings his target Shipkin to the attention of him. Michael Andretti is down and away. Christian Fittipaldi, Max Pappas, Oriol Servia. As one of the Ford Racing, all of these cars running in the top 10, making their stops.
Well, they changed the tires. Adjustments a half a turn out of the front left wing. Fuel in, back underway for Max Pappas. Max Pappas back underway. We also
trouble for the crew of Cristiano Damana. He tried to go forward. He went. It was the fuel, I believe.
Hoping everything is all right with the crew. Also, Fernandez now moves back to the top as we are going to watch Adrian Fernandez come down pit road now. Of course, he had an incident on pit road early in this race. He has worked his way back up. Watch now. Currently, Pat Patrick, Jim McGee, the general manager of that team. Here they go with Adrian Fernandez stops on the marks. And let's go right down to Jim Murphy.
The man who went down to Cristiano Damana's pits is Chris Machado. He's the pure. At this point that he's back up, he's over the wall. He's going to get some attention here. But a scary, scary moment down here for the PBI Pioneer team.
And unfortunately, of course, that the pits incident there is going to take
500 miles. It's an attrition race. Even if you're a lap or two down, you can still gather some points at the end of the day. So it's very important for them to get this car back.
One of the reasons Michael Andretti might be backsliding a little bit, the crew has called us at 2.17 miles per gallon. Remember when fuel, you get into the run, it goes up.
Well, here it goes out the winner because Michael Andretti moves around Helio Castroneves into first place once again.
Backsliding, that was 220 miles an hour of backsliding as Mikey takes the lead. Helio Castro, turn number one. He's going to try to on the inside. He shuts the door on that, but it's Helio Castro Davis. He's going to lead one more time. Down the back straightaway, Michael Andretti. And right behind him, the champion, Juan
Michael Andretti moves to the lead, but just barely coming off that turn 4. Once again, Helio Castroneves will tuck in behind, get the toe, and now get slingshot. Turn 1. Side by side.
Well, the steering wheel has just come off the number 2 Marlboro. And, well, you can say what that means. Gilles LaFerrin on his way out. His day is unfortunately over.
And now Michael Andretti goes back to the lead. Down the back straightaway, Ned Wigger. It has been a wild one here through the first 100 and now coming up on 150 laps.
In one more time. This all day long, Tom Michaels. Michael Andretti goes into the lead.
And we've got 100 laps to go here as we are dealing this like it is a sprint race right to the finish. Here they come.
Miles an hour, but as they battle for the front of the field right now, we have 6 cars battling for the lead here at Michigan. Open-wheel drivers in the world are right here in the Irish Hills for the Michigan. Presented by Toyota. 152 laps are complete. Less than 100 to go to settle it here. And right now, it is Michael Andretti with a couple of car lengths over second place running Helio Castroneves. Juan Montoya runs third. Just about going to a great big blanket as they cross the stripe last time. And now a side-by-side battle. Fifth position. That's Christian Fittipaldi on the inside. Max Pappas back to the 6th. Now Christian Fittipaldi right there in the 7th spot. Biding his time seemingly is Paul Tracy. Today's pole turn number 1, they're 3 wide there briefly. Here comes Patrick Carpentier on the outside. Carpentier with a daring move there, high on the lead. And for the first time today, that's Alex Tagliani that wants the lead. Tagliani wants the lead here. Turn number 3. Great lap this time. Good job of drafting. For Tagliani. Alex Tagliani, and he still leads him. Michael Andretti right now back to the 2nd spot. Juan Montoya runs in 3rd. Running in 4th is Helio Castroneves. Christian Fittipaldi runs in the 5th spot. Max Pappas 6th. Paul on the high side. Now they're side by side for 2nd. Castroneves up on the outside, exiting turn number 2 down the back straightaway. You can get the 2nd position Castro Neves now, and Michael Andretti back to third.
Technically, and Elio Castro down the way, Henry.
Cristiano Damon, unfortunately, your day is over. You had an incident with your fuel equipment.
Was just a little misunderstanding between me and my dad. He moved to go to the front wing, and as he moved away from the front tire, it's not was the same sign that you used to do for me to go. So it was just a misunderstanding.
You had a great run going. The car looked super.
Yeah, the car was okay. It wasn't very good. I could only stay behind the line. I couldn't try to go to the front. A couple of notes up here. Shoulder Farron out of the car. We were going to get a word with him. But we mentioned he had a finger injured when he caught a piece of debris earlier in the race. He's on his way now to get the first. Guys, I need to go. And they said, well, you only got one choice on a day like today. Problem solved.
It looked like you saw a replay on that.
Well, he was coming out of turn number 4, and all of a sudden the back end just got away from him, and he spun up into the wall, and then the car went down the banking onto the grass in front of the main straightaway grandstand. But Tagliani looked like he was through the turn okay, but then all of a sudden the back end came around.
And the safety crew was immediately there, taking care of the young man from Quebec I was mentioning. He had some...
Led most of that race. He won the pole there, but late in the race he cooked it going down into turn number 1, and it
When you come in with the picture close, you move back to the very back of the pack. They're going to see if they can hang on now and come in, but they're going to be taking a look at the tires, change all four, and make sure. Alex Tagliani is out of the race car, sitting on the wall and talking with the safety crew. This means we got Castro Neves back in the lead at 163 laps. Michael Andretti, Juan Montoya, Christian Fittipaldi, Paul Tracy, top 5, followed by Pappas, Franchini, Fernandez, Carpante, and Servia, the leader here at Michigan. This is the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota. Letter. You can join the CART Winner Circle fan club at the CART merchandise trailer. Lundell, Nakano, Vassar, Greg, Moreno, and Tony Kanaan. And
necessary. Maybe Juan Montoya takes it now. In a 500-mile race, very rarely do you see a guy take a time stop.
well, let's also take a look here at the points, because Roberto Moreno came in with 90 points. He's out. Michael Andretti. Right now, Fernandez runs in the 10th spot. They got the green flag on lap 170. If that team could make it 40 laps on this run, they could only have to stop one more time. But right now, Fernandez just conserving that fuel back in the 10th position as we've completed 179 out of the 250 laps. That'll make up the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota. The front 7. All single file through turns 3 and 4 right now. Paul Tracy right here on the front straightaway, crossing the line. Side-by-side battle for the 4th position. That's Max Pappas on the inside. He'll get in front of Michael Andretti as they head down the back straightaway now. The front 7 now into turn number 3. Tracy the leader. Remo Gidley, who's still a lap down, has extended himself about 25 car lengths in front of. 4-way battle for him. Tight corner. And he gets it. Paul Tracy back to second, and now Montoya on the inside of Tracy in that side-by-side battle for the 2nd position. Montoya thinks better of it, pulls back under the rear wing of Paul Tracy. Max Pappas right there in the 4th spot in the Miller Lite car. Then comes Carpentier, and the two Newman Haas cars are now side-by-side in turn 4. Juan Montoya for 2nd place now is the line back in. Michael Andretti, leaders head through turn 1 once again. And now we got Paul Tracy Tracy going high on the racetrack as he now lets Montoya by, and now he is side by side with Max Pappas down the back straightaway.
And Max Pappas takes the lead, the position away from Paul Tracy. Mabel Gidley is still way out in front of this bunch. He's got to check it out right now. As Elio Davis with the lead. Paul Tracy gives up the position to Juan Montoya. Then
now, almost checking out, at least for this race, is Elio Castro-Neves, and his lead 0.8 of a second as they came past start-finish that last time. Montoya well back there in second place. Here comes Max Pappas, Paul Tracy as well. Those two cars come up alongside, pass Montoya. Now Tracy is able to pass the car of Max Pappas and move up there into second place. So while Elio Castro-Neves right now, the rest of everybody else is right there together on the racetrack. Now for second,
and Max on the outside. He is going to get around Paul Tracy for second place. Paul Tracy now doing battle with Juan Montoya. And Montoya looks like he's got him on the back straightaway.
and here comes Michael Andretti to the inside in the battle for third place. Coming up as well is Patrick Carpentier. Those cars are all over there in turn 3 now. Michael Andretti is able to pull up. Here comes our leader, Elio Castro. Second place, Max Pappas. Michael Andretti, Paul Tracy. Pole position there for Paul Tracy. Is able to come up and around Michael Andretti. Not able to get around Montoya.
He got around Andretti. Now Andretti's trying to get him back down the back straightaway.
Down to Larry Henry.
Well, Paul Tracy, they're having a lot of conversations with the Team Cool Green pit. They're talking about it's almost impossible, one more stop, but now mileage. Watch the gear changes. He says, I'm staying in the back, and the response back is good. Well, right now, Paul Tracy.
The fourth place position, Tracy in fifth. Leader, Elio Castro-Neves with probably the biggest lead I've seen in this race.
Indeed it is, but Paul Tracy about to lose a position to a fellow Canadian as Patrick Carpentier coming up on the back of him, but right behind Carpentier is Christian Fittipaldi. Now the leader's coming around, turn number 4. Still Elio Castro-Neves right now. Second place, Matt Max. Then Mike.
Even better than that, we watch is coming down the back straightaway. We've got that, we got some slower traffic. We've also got Mabel Gidley, who's not necessarily slower right now. He is kind of the rabbit in front of the leader then. Elio Castro-Neves, whose lead last time by was 2.3 seconds over the second place Max Pappas, who has since drawn back position. We watch is coming down. Pappas is back there in fourth place behind Andretti. Garcia Jr.
The car and lifting, upshifting in 6th gear, waiting for the pack in the back, and suddenly I hit a really strange bump and I lost the rear of the car. I don't know what happened. Everybody needs to be very careful and
Pappas and Fittipaldi, that's the top 5.
Andretti and Montoya are going at it, but Tarso Marquez has gotten the move-over flag from starter Jim Swintel as the leader goes down into turn number 3. The second place car now is Michael Andretti. Montoya are trying to get around Tarso Marquez. Tarso goes high in turn 4, Mikey right behind him, and the rest of the cars right behind Michael. Now Michael to the inside. Also getting around Marquez, but in
Michigan 500 presented by Toyota.
The leader, he's exiting turn number 2 right now as the battle for Christian Fittipaldi is in 6th spot. And Adrian Fernandez, the 7th position. Fernandez conserving that fuel this entire run ever since the conserving the fuel in the draft. I think
Neves. We'll have to wait and see. 195 laps will be complete this time around. Average speed right now for the leader, Castro Neves, up over 222 miles an hour. And this, by far, the largest lead of the afternoon. Christian Fittipaldi from 6th all the way up to 2nd position. He picks off 4 spots down the back straightaway. And as they come off of turn number 4, it was Christian Fittipaldi. His car, one bit here, the big Kmart Route 66 Ford Cosworth, that Lola chassis working good for Christian Fittipaldi. He's off turn number 2. He's in the 2nd spot right now, as the leader, Helio Castro Neves, is in between 3 and 4. That's a heated battle from 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Oriol Servia now up into the 6th position in that brightly green-colored machine, right behind his rear wing. It is now an 8-second lead for Helio Castro Neves here at Michigan. That was Max find a rabbit. You have to. Max called back after he dropped back. How's that for finding an exploitive rabbit? Christian Fittipaldi told to work on mileage. Dario Franchitti, give us help. No overtaking. How about the 32 car of Patrick Armani? Back off. You're using way too much fuel. Get behind Montoya and Fittipaldi. They're telling people to drop in line and hang on. They want to try to do it in one more pit stop. I still think they got to do a splash somewhere. Servia is now up to 3rd place behind Paul Tracy. Castro Neves, Tracy, Servia, Fittipaldi, Carpentier. That's the way they work the line, but we watch them as they work their way off of that 2nd turn. Down the back straightaway, Tracy's there, Servia, yep. And then you move your way back to the others as they work their way down once again. In that turn number 3, Juan Montoya, 4th place. Here comes Patrick Carpentier once again.
Patrick Carpentier moving up, but look at Oriol Servia. Now he knows a little bit about drafting. Yesterday, Casey Mears very content to stay behind Philippe Giafforni to the very end. Unfortunately, a yellow flag prevented that, but these guys know how to draft.
Now, Memo Gidley comes on the pit road in the number 10 Direct TV car, De La Pena Motorsports. So the rabbit has come in, but he was clear of Helio Castro Neves, who now comes on. We wait for the rest of the field. As coming off of that 4th turn, we now have Oriol Servia, who has moved past Paul Tracy. From 1 year ago. That group goes down into turn 1 once again. We are now past the 200 lap mark. We run to 250, so we are getting very late in this one. We watch the battle for 2nd place as Paul Tracy now comes up on Oriol Servia. And one thing about it, with Servia sitting there in that position, we see Neves, and he's got to be using up a lot of fuel, having stretched it out to the point that he has. You get this next group, and who's ever in the front is like leading the race right now.
0.1 second lead, and that is absolute luxury.
Jim Murphy?
Luxury indeed. That's what they're trying to do, is put a margin on there. Helio is going. There's no discussion down here about saving fuel. The rest of the field is on a fuel management strategy. They don't think he can make it without stopping.
Jim Murphy will have the stop of our erstwhile leader, and watching now as he comes in front of the Penske crew, Jim.
Rick Reineman gives him the target with his hand. They're nervously flipping on the air wrenches. They go to work. 4 tires, fuel. We're going to wait for that fuel. Very, very long, slow stop. He's off the jacks. They wait. They wait. You can hear that engine revving up, and they wait for all the fuel.
He is back underway. These green flag stops here. Serbia flashes by behind them. We've got the battle there. Ford now 2nd place. Andretti and Tracy. Those cars battle coming off of the back straightaway. And now you've got Tracy having edged in front of Michael Andretti and putting himself right behind the rear wing, that of Oriol Servia. Tracy taking a higher line through 3.
Tracy with a high line through 3. Now he comes down. Now it's Michael Andretti in turn 3 as they duck down. The 2 front runners are in the pits.
Here they come. As they come down here, working their way down very slowly at 50 miles an hour. Here is Paul Tracy. Let's go down to the pits.
There comes Paul Tracy in, our pole sitter. He slides to
to a stop. New tires going on. He's got some plastic that is wrapped around the right front wing. Then see if they'll reach it. They're changing the front wing. Yes, they'll pull that off, waiting for the fuel. It takes oh so long at this stage. Drop it off. Fuel is on. They tell him to take off, and he does.
Paul Tracy takes off. So does Patrick Fontaine. Let's go down to he heads back out there running at the front of the field.
So Oriel Serbia had momentarily led the race. Now Michael Andretti is the man who will go out front just ahead of Juan Montoya. Those cars are by. He is right now continuing on the racetrack. We watch. Here comes Montoya is going to duck in. And we're going to have Michael Andretti stay out on the racetrack. Montoya is coming into the pits to make the stop. Also got the car of Max Pappas, who is coming into the pits now, as well as Mauricio. Here comes the number one. Target Indianapolis 500 winner this year, also winner Milwaukee. Here we go, Larry Henry. Max Pappas, I do the tires. He just sits calmly in the car. No adjustments are made. Waiting for the fuel. Still waiting for it. Takes long. Gets done. They wave him out. Takes a long. Likes the tires. He's back it away. Jim Urban.
Down here, Juan Montoya, they go ahead and give him fuel. The front wing change and like the tires. 13 seconds. He's back underway. We expect Michael Andretti.
Just ahead of the car of Max Pappas. Here comes Michael Andretti. Michael Andretti as well as Kyle Franchini making their stops here. 210. We run to 250. Michael Andretti coming down in front of that Newman Haas pit. He's going to come in, make the left turn. Jim Murphy is there.
Here comes Michael Andretti. He's going to move it in. The wheels lock up as he slides into position. Those tires are shot. Full fresh smell. They're scuffed tires. He's going to put on scuffed tires. They tag the jack man. Everything's down off the tires. Wait for the fuel. The rear engine gauge.
Michael Andretti, Dario Franchini, both head back into the fray. They are side by side.
Is going to get Oriel Serbia booked. Exit violation. Oriel Serbia is going to have to come back in.
Right now, Adrian Fernandez is in the lead. We watch the 40 Tecate Quaker State car, and he inherits the lead here on this pit stop exchange. And Adrian Fernandez, now 211 laps in, is the man who 212 laps in to make his pit stop coming up here as well. But remember, we have seen him come in at the end to top up. Here comes Oriel Serbia coming in for the drive-through. The last of the leaders to pit. He only has to go 37 laps. He is in the ballpark of getting this done this afternoon. Tires on, waiting for the fuel. Every ounce of fuel is right now. Still waiting for the fuel. They drop it off the jack. It finally comes up. 12.5. They hold it a little long. Oh, they're having trouble on the right side. They pulled a piece of the car and they pulled the fiber off that was stuck on the right side. 14 seconds, but he should be able to go all the way. So he moves back out onto the racetrack as we check in with you.
Okay, on the field, but the question is, what about Helio Castro Neves? He was in on lap 205, 45 laps under green. He's going to need some help. Meanwhile, the other guys, they were in lap 209, 10. That's even tight. The question is, who can make it on fuel? I think it's going to be Adrian Fernandez, but is he fast enough?
We'll wait and see what happens there. He had the incident in front of third place. Running in fourth is Max Pappas. Fifth is Juan Montoya. Sixth, Christian Fittipaldi. Seventh is Paul Tracy. Michael Andretti has drifted back to the 8th position now. Dario Franchini currently running in the 9th spot. In the 10th spot. And Gugelman is the last car on the leader lap. Neves and extend themselves. They're still fifth and sixth as they go off into turn number 1. Christian Fittipaldi now up into the 3rd spot. 219 laps complete. Next time by, we will have 30 to go, and there's the leader across the stripe. 30 laps to go, 60 miles remain in the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota. 30 laps to go here, and we have Helio over Adrian Fernandez by almost 12 seconds. But we've got a huge group that comes right now in that battle for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. All those cars right there together there on the race. We're talking about Fittipaldi in third, Carpante, Tracy, Pappas, Montoya, and Andretti. They are all right there, and that gaggle hits down the back straightaway.
pace cars all glued together. And we have a spin on the back straightaway, and that looks like Christian Fittipaldi. It is. Christian Fittipaldi has spun on the back straightaway, and that will bring out the yellow flag.
And just as every come up and complete 223 laps, Elio Castroneves has the lead, but we're going to see how they're going to play this as far as the pit stops coming up here. Just now, we have the pace car coming by with our leader in tow. Behind him is the car of Oriol Servia, which could have been there, one for the fact that he's run into some pit miles. Talked about engines, which we've been having some problems or some questions. Sat down on the grass. They are now going to take him back to the medical center. That was a pretty rough ride that he took once the car started spinning there. And also, it could be a situation, as we are talking about, perhaps for that earlier incident, because he had a pretty good contact there with Kenny Breck. And of course, Christian has had problems before. So do the same. We'll watch as Juan Montoya also coming onto the pit road here. So we'll watch these stops, and Elio Castroneves will come down in front of Jim Murphy, who is down in that area. Here comes Montoya as well. Everybody else staying out on the racetrack at this point. Let's go down to Jim Murphy.
Elio Castroneves will be in. His crewman, Tim Sindiger, the crew chief, said, look, whether we do tires or not depends on whether anybody comes with us. Nobody came with them, so they're going to go ahead and do the tires. They're going to fill up all the fuel. It's a Montoya on the way. So we're going to go quick stop. He beats Montoya out. No! Montoya gets around him at the blend line.
Let's go down to Larry Henry.
Well, when Montoya came in, it was a time stop for fuel. The only problem was they had a little trouble disconnecting and pushing him. And Castroneves, after that pit stop, they have filled up his fuel tank, and now Tracy down and away. 9 cars on the lead lap. Each of them have a chance at going to victory lane this afternoon here at Michigan. Pace car begins to extend itself in turn number 4. Adrian Fernandez picking up speed on turn number 4, coming to the, there will not be a green flag this time. Caution flag here at the start-finish line.
We were coming back to the green, but instead they waved the yellow here for the restart. Adrian Fernandez, the man, picks it up halfway through turn 3, brings him around to the front side, has a pretty good gap between himself and second place Patrick Carpentier. Here they come back to the green. Michael Andretti looks to the inside, trying to Michael Andretti is able to take over that second place position and now looks to chase down Adrian Fernandez. Down the back straightaway they go. Once again, Fernandez with the advantage. Michael Andretti, then Patrick Carpentier, and then here comes Dario Franchitti moving up into third place around Carpentier.
Dario Franchitti on the inside, Carpentier on the outside. Can Franchitti hold the position? Yes, he does. Drag racing down the front straightaway, but it's Carpentier pulling it down.
Taking over the lead at the start-finish line. Over Adrian Fernandez. Now behind them, you got Fernandez, you've got Dario Franchitti there, and now Max Pappas is coming up, trying to take over 4th. You've got the car of Dario Franchitti going up and around the Tacony Quaker State car in turn 3 to move into 2nd. And right now, Michael Andretti is the man with the lead as we have completed now 231 laps when they hit the line.
Michael Andretti in the lead. And now there is a challenge for second place as Fernandez pulls alongside.
Here comes Fernandez trying to hold off the next car in line, but he's going to see Dario Franchitti move to the outside, coming there through 3, through 4, coming back once again, start-finish line, second place down below.
Now they're about a second and a half back. They were as much as 4 seconds just a few laps ago.
Here comes Montoya coming to the inside. Oh, Patrick Carpentier down into turn 3. That right now, battle there, coming up through 5th place. Leaders to the front side of the race course, Michael Andretti. Then here comes Juan Montoya.
Montoya sets out for the leader, Fernandez.
But here once again comes Dario Franchitti. Franchitti comes around for second place. He's got the high line. Can he hold it? No, not at this point. We watch him as they come off turn 4. And Montoya is able to get second place back.
Franchitti is charging. Michael Andretti in front there, side. Juan Montoya on the inside. Here comes Michael on the inside. Michael on the inside. And the red car on the outside. Here comes Michael around in turn 4. Trying to get that position. Michael on the outside. The red car on the inside. Drag racing down the straightaway. It's Michael Andretti at this time.
Again, he looks to the inside into 3.
Into 3, it's Michael Andretti by a nose. Juan Montoya on the outside. Montoya is in second. Michael Andretti in first. Going through turn number 4. Michael Andretti comes down low. It's right behind him. Juan Montoya. Michael on the strike. Trying to hold him off and do it in 1.
Montoya goes back to the lead now. 237 laps complete. We run to 250. Montoya. Sucks Michael Andretti right up on that rear wing of Juan Montoya. This time, Michael Andretti slightly higher in line, does not make the pass. Behind them, Max Pacmas is sitting there in third place, just ahead of Dario Franchitti. They'll come back around this time, and Michael Andretti's going to count it.
Don't like this, you're not paying attention. One more time. Montoya on the inside, Michael on the outside. They're drag racing out of turn number 2. Virtually side by side. Montoya on the inside. He's challenging one more time, Tom.
Into turn 3, Montoya has the position. Halfway through the turn now. He stretches it out a bit against Michael Andretti, but Andretti is going to once again use that draft. Coming to the front side. Andretti.
Michael on the inside this time. Michael Andretti on the inside of turn 4. Juan Montoya on the outside. Here comes Michael. Here comes Juan. It's Juan Montoya.
Laps to go. Great battle for third and fourth as well. Franchitti is just ahead now of Max Pacmas. Leaders off turn 2. We've got a guy trying for his second championship car win this year. That's Juan Montoya. Michael Andretti looking for the third time and the second time in 2 weeks. Now moves around Juan Montoya. Montoya running for his second 500-mile win of this year, having also won at Indy. We watch them. They come down. They complete yet another lap. 7 to go.
Treachery and youth and treachery.
And you've got Montoya, who made the pass down between 1 and 2, but here comes Michael Andretti again.
Michael Andretti is on the outside in turn number 3. He powers his way around. Andretti on the outside, but it is Montoya inching his way up in turn number 4. Drag racing down the front straightaway. Who's it going to be this time? It looks like Michael Andretti. Michael Andretti. 1,000 laps to go this time by. It is Juan Montoya. Down on the yellow line. Number 2, Michael Andretti following him. Now down the back straightaway. Michael Andretti doing what he can to keep up with the Colombian driver. Down into turn 3, Tom.
And Max Pacmas, this time, it stayed out of the racetrack, did not come in. So apparently, was not something that they were going to be able to take care of or whatever, trying to make it last. Here we come now. Here we go. Down into turn 1. Once again, that is the battle for the lead. We've talked about it so much throughout this race. It was 2/10 of a second that last one. That's almost an eternity, but here comes Michael down the back straightaway.
What a battle. Who's going to be the last man standing? Here comes Andretti again in turn 3. Michael Andretti on the inside. Gets around Juan Montoya. Now through 4. Montoya right underneath his rear wing. Michael Andretti white flag out. One more lap time. Montoya looking to the inside.
Michael Andretti, wheel to wheel, off that second turn, down the back straightaway, Juan Montoya
race. This is racing at its very best. It is open wheel racing at its highest level, and this kind of a finish at Michigan Speedway. Unbelievable.
So the winner is Juan Montoya, who comes down as he was following down behind the lap car of Tarso Marquez. Michael Andretti winds up in second place. This is the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota.
One of the finest finishes in all of motorsports, and you saw it here today at Michigan Speedway, the Michigan 500 presented by Toyota. What a finish, race fans. What do you think? Juan Montoya in victory lane. Michael Andretti right there. Finishing second, finishing third, Dario Franchitti. Unofficially in fourth, Patrick Carpentier. Fifth, Helio Castro-Neves. Finishing in the sixth spot unofficially, Adrian Fernandez. Paul Tracy in seventh. Oriol Servia eighth. Max Pappas unofficially in ninth. And Memo Gidley rounds out the top 10.
Now tell me about how tough it was to get the car set up because you had radio communication problems with Chip and the crew.
Oh, the car was really good from the beginning of the race. I think all my guys, Bill, Chuck, Gary Golden did a fantastic job putting, give me a great car. And
From one of those earlier incidents?
yeah, when Christian pushed back into the wall, all the car just bounced against me. And I moved up and something hit me in the helmet and there.
Well, at least he's all right. And he says a moment ago, now we got to win one next week for their sponsor in Chicago. Here comes the beautiful Toyota trophy for the Michigan 500, Paul. And look at the grin on this young kid. He's done it again at 500 miles.
Juan Montoya, race fans, in victory lane at Michigan. Finish that was today.
Yeah, it was really good. I think Target and there did a fantastic job. Now, I was a bit worried before the race, but we're not close in Orlando. But we started the race and when we started dropping each other, it was a lot of fun. Everyone trying to save fuel, and the team just pulled a perfect strategy.
You and Michael, he'd lead, you'd lead, he'd lead, you'd lead. What, you came down in traffic lane a little bit at the very end.
Yeah, it was when I saw that car